Yo, what's going on, Dokkan players? There's a ton of news that just dropped. I'm super excited about. Basically, the Toppo banner is just around the corner. There was a huge day to download today, so if you haven't done that, make sure you get that out of the way. It was massive, something like 2 gigs or something like that. As soon as you log back in, you're going to be getting 5 copies of the new Bardock. Well, it's new for global. He's going to be getting an LR coming up, so I would get him as close to rainbowed as you can without unlocking 100% of his hidden potential. Just wait and see what type of character he's going to specialize in, whether that be like additional attacks, dodges, or criticals. Just save that until we find out what kind of character he is, and then you can complete him. But moving on, the Toppo banner is right around the corner. We're getting 2 brand new characters, including Toppo, obviously, and the tech. I think he's Universe 4, I want to say. I honestly don't remember what universe this guy's from. But aside from that, we have about 7 characters getting an EZA. So there is a ton of stones on the table coming up. I'm mostly going to be covering all the Toppo stuff in this video, so make sure you stick around for my other content. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to keep you up to date on all the news for Dokkan events coming up. Right now, we're talking the Toppo banner. So obviously, Int Toppo is on the list too. He's getting his EZA. But let's check out all the news involving Toppo. First of all, he's an amazing character. Leader skill, special pose, or tournament participants. Category key +2. Wait a minute, this is his SSRs. I was like, this seems a bit light. Okay, so special pose or tournament participants. Category key +3. HP attack and defense plus 170, plus an additional HP attack and defense plus 30% for characters who also belong to the Defenders of Justice, Space Traveling Warriors, or Final Trump card category. So that actually covers a wide range of stuff. You could have heroes from the Universe 11 team, and you could have villains, essentially, because Space Traveling Warriors does cover a lot. Super attack stats greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, so there's no stacking. Causes immense damage to enemy, so nothing crazy, no debuffs or huge buffs. And because he's TUR, I mean, it's not like unexpected that he wasn't going to have that stuff, so nothing crazy there. Passive skill activates the entrance animation once only. I mean, that's good. There's no conditionals. Reduces damage received by 11% for the rest of the battle. Guards all attacks for 3 turns. Character's entry turn when there are another 2 or more special pose or Defenders of Justice category allies on the team upon the character's entry. So you're going to want to run special pose or like Universe 11 Defenders of Justice, which isn't going to be that difficult with Tech Jiren and AGL Jiren being right around the corner, and we'll talk about that here also. Attack and defense plus 200%, plus an additional attack plus 150% when performing a super attack. So that is nice. Nothing crazy as a conditional, just anytime he's performing a super, he gets an additional 150% buff. Reduces damage received by 20%, no conditional. Changes int key spheres to rainbow key spheres when HP is 50% or more. Special pose or Defenders of Justice category allies key +1 and attack and defense plus 30%. So yeah, you're going to be highly inclined to run special pose or Defenders of Justice. And special pose can be anything like I think Int Gotenks falls under special pose, plus an additional attack, or I'm sorry, plus an additional defense plus 50% within the same turn after receiving an attack, plus an additional defense plus 200%, and guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. So he is geared towards the slot 1, and as soon as he takes damage, he's getting a defense buff, and then he gets an additional defense buff and guards all attacks. So that is part of the condition. So if he's not in the first slot, he's just going to get a 50% buff. But if he is in the first slot, you're going to get a 250% buff, essentially. And guards all attacks. Okay. That's really nice. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack as the second or third attacker in turn. So as you can see, it is the first slot all defense. The second, third slot, you're getting an attack buff. I think he's going to be much better off in that first slot as a damage absorption for the first couple turns. Activating conditions can be activated when there's another special pose or Defenders of Justice category ally attacking the same turn, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. So it's not from his entry, so that's nice. Or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle, once only. So you don't have to have them on your team. If you don't, it's just going to take you longer to get it off, but you're going to be much more inclined to run them together because it's going to give you a boost overall with all the other stats. And let's take a look at his transformed version. Nothing changes with his leader skill. Massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, so his attack and defense is just much higher. There's no debuffs or anything. Key +3, attack and defense plus 300%, plus an additional attack plus 250% when attacking, plus an additional defense plus 100% when receiving an attack. So on his previous form it was a 50% buff. This one is now 100. Changes int key spheres to rainbow key spheres. That's nice. Guards all attacks. Reduces damage received by 80%. With each attack received, damage reduction rate -8%. No more than 60. Okay. So within a few turns you're going to be reduced down to 60% damage reduction. So you're going to be really inclined to finish the fight or not have him in slot 1 after he takes 1 hit or 2. Like he's just going to get worse as time goes on once he transforms. Nullifies Ki Blast super attacks directed at the character for 1 turn from the character's entry turn and starting from the character's next attacking turn. High chance of nullifying Ki Blasts directed at the character. Okay. And then he also has an active skill. Sphere of Destruction. Massively raises attack temporarily. Causes ultimate damage to enemy. All attacks become critical hits in battle. Can be activated starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. Okay. That's pretty crazy. It gives him a guaranteed crit. But if he's more of a defensively... all attacks. It doesn't say anything about the team, so all of his attacks. And he's more a defensively built character, so I don't know how great that's going to be, or like game changing. But he's a pretty good character. I'll talk about the other character. Oh, he's Universe 3. Okay, I said 4. Sorry about that. But let's take a look at his TUR. Alright. Leader skill, Defenders of Justice category key +3. HP, attack and defense plus 130%. So he's definitely no leader, but he's just going to be a support, it looks like. Super attack stats are raises attack, greatly raises defense for 1 turn. So he's going to be stacking attack. Causes supreme damage to enemies, seals super attack. And he has like an attack seal. That's pretty nice. Key +3, attack and defense plus 300%. Changes STR key spheres to AGL key spheres at start of turn, plus an additional defense plus 30% per AGL key sphere obtained, up to 300. Launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a high chance of becoming a super attack, a high chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, on the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th turns from the character's entry turn. Oh, that's crazy. All the odd numbers. Okay. Changes AGL key spheres to STR key spheres at the start of a turn. At the start of turn, plus an additional attack plus 30% per STR key sphere obtained, up to 300. Great chance of launching an additional super attack and great chance of performing a critical hit on the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, and 10th turns from the character's entry turn. Oh, that's interesting. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% when performing a super attack. Changes AGL, STR key spheres to tech key spheres, plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% per tech key sphere obtained, up to 300, starting from the 7th turn from the start of battle, once only. That is pretty crazy. So he has like different... I'm trying to wrap my brain around this guy's ability. So Every odd turn, he changes key spheres. Yeah. Every odd turn, he changes key spheres from STR to AGL. And then every even turn, it's AGL to STR. And then once the 7th turn hit, it changes both AGL and STR into tech key spheres. I hope I broke that down easier for you guys. It took me a second to wrap my brain around that, but that is pretty crazy. It's interesting the way that could play because he also lands on the Defenders of Justice and Special Pose. So, pretty interesting support for Toppo. Yeah, pretty cool. So, let's check out the news about Toppo's banner. So, this is on the news for the Dokkan Battle Info Global Summertime Showdown, and it says new SSR characters will show up in the Dokkan Festival. Various events, including a Dokkan event, a weekend Dokkan Festival, and the 52 World Tournament will be available. So there's tons of opportunities to earn stones coming up. That is going to be super interesting. And then this right here, we're going to be able to summon for Toppo basically every week. It looks like every week, as long as we complete these tickets, we'll get a 7-ticket, multi-summon every week. And if you look at right here, I think it's for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, so I mean, is that a global W? I hope so, because honestly, I don't have a ton of stones. I was gonna mostly save. This might be the only way that me and some other people get to summon for Toppo, because I don't have a ton of money to put into the game right now, and I'm actually super excited. So yeah, use the exclusive summon tickets to recruit new characters. New SSR Toppo arrives. Okay. I'm actually pretty excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm going to be low on stones, but with this, I will be able to summon at least a few times for Toppo, because he looks like a decent, obviously an amazing Universe 11 character. They've been slacking for a long time. It's good to see them, at least on global, getting support, because I haven't been able to run a Universe 11 team. I've kind of just been squeezing Jiren in on like full power teams and like, you know, wherever I can, but mostly full power teams. Let me know what you guys think about the Toppo banner and the tickets coming up, but that's about it for this video. I will catch you guys on the next one. If you're new, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See ya!